Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, The Real Super Sam. Today is a Spider-Man Sunday video and I hope you enjoy. So this issue I'm reviewing is really called The Amazing Spider-Man 2014, also known as the Volume 3 series of it, Issue 1, but I go by it as The Amazing Spider-Man issue 732. And that is because after 700 there was no issue 701 to 787 officially. So what I think of it is issue 701 to 731 is the Superior Spider-Man storyline. Issue 732 to whenever the 2015 series issue 1 is, where it's all new, all different Spider-Man is those issues, and then all new, all different Spider-Man issue 1 to issue 700 to the last issue would be issue 787, and then there's officially issue 788. If you want to know more, I actually am doing this Instagram account called Scarlet Spider or 1, where I go through every issue of The Amazing Spider-Man in order, just post the covers and what number it is and what happens in it. So if you're interested, it's always linked on my channel. And yeah, so that's why this is review is titled issue 732. But this was the big return of Peter Parker being back as Spider-Man in his own body. This story actually starts out with Peter Parker's origin, which is timestamped to have happened 13 years ago during the Brand New Day universe. The spider, after it bit Peter Parker on the ground, bit another student of his on her leg, Cindy Moon, who later becomes the hero Silk, but this is actually all we see of her. In present day, Spider-Man is back, Peter Parker Spider-Man, back in his own body after Otto Octavius sacrificed himself for Peter to take down the Green Goblin in the last story. White Rabbit, Hippo, and Panda are stealing a bunch of expensive eggs, and Spider-Man stops them, with the crowd seeing him joke, realizing the real Spider-Man is back. Earlier that day, we see Peter Parker announce that he was done helping Spider-Man fight crime, that he's on his own with Parker Industries, and we also get to see him talking about him adjusting to this new life that Otto Octavius created for him, how now he's an official scientist. Aunt May's a lot healthier and she can walk again thanks to one of his technologies, and everything looks to be very good for Peter Parker right now. JJJ makes an appearance here as he just left being mayor of New York. And there is some drama as Otto Octavius' girlfriend, I think her name's Anna Maria, I kind of forget, sorry, is actually still in Peter Parker's life, but of course this is Peter Parker in his body, not Otto Octavius, so he's kind of confused on this whole thing, and she actually finds out that Otto was planning to marry her, and that, or not, Otto Octavius in Peter Parker's body was planning to marry her, and that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, so there's some tension being left at the end of the issue. So overall, the actual story comic that I really liked was seeing Panda and Hippo fight Spider-Man. I haven't actually seen them very much at all, except for cameos, and yeah, they were actually here fighting Spider-Man. It was pretty fun, and the jokes were golden. I really thought that Spider-Man returning in that fight was funny. Anyway, there's a lot of other little stories in here, like for example, there's one mini story with Electro about him kind of being a loser, like being looked at as a loser now, and there's all these other villains who actually are losers, like the Melter and Gibbon, who only like Melter and Gibbon because they're the people Hobgoblin gave these outfits to. It was during Superior Spider-Man-ish storyline. Anyway, and with that, Electro, he gets mad. We had a flashback to his greatest moments of like the New Avengers issue 1 where he broke all the supervillains out of the raft and everything. So that was pretty fun. There's also one with the return of the Black Cat going after this Spider-Man after in their last issue. I think it was Superior Spider-Man issue 20, where Superior Spider-Man just punched her in the mouth and she was in jail for a long time. Then she broke out, luckily for her, and now she's after Spider-Man basically. It's kind of cool to read like a Black Cat solo story, even if it's like just a few pages with her in jail. There was another one with Spider-Man 2099, and that was just him fighting some crime. Ultimately, it's pretty fun though. He's actually still in the year 2014 or whatever, so that's some fact. There's one I really found enjoyable is Peter Parker going and seeing what's happening to his clone Kane, and he learns that he's the new Scarlet Spider in the suit and his adventures in the solo series he had, and it seems like a really good time for him. And Peter Parker just walks off, not actually having talked to him in the story, but hearing about his adventures, and he's happy for him, so that was a nice story. Probably the most good one, in my opinion, was the last story. It has the start of the villain sideways, or not sideways. Oh my gosh, that's a superhero in DC. But he actually isn't named here, but he will later be in the Amazing Spider-Man issue 700.1 to 700.5, where it's noticed that this guy recorded Spider-Man in the stage show when he was a wrestler and doing all those things for money. He was one of the guys recording him, and stuff like that. Big fan of Spider-Man. Someone actually gave him his autograph, and oh, this is gonna be great. And we see the start of that, of this guy, and he's kind of a big part in Spider-Man's life when it comes to his super heroics in the early days. So that's a really interesting storyline with him. And yeah, overall, this was just a great issue. There's a lot of stuff that I really liked that happened, and it was very interesting. So this was ultimately my return, maybe you could say. I haven't made a video for almost 2 weeks now, and I just wanted to make one about this issue and talk to you guys. And if you guys are wondering where I am, what I'm doing, especially my Instagram account, I'm uploading, what I said, comic covers every day. And I'm going to be, I have another channel called Super Sam 7 where I make whatever kind of videos I want to, not every day or anything, but, some more content. And yeah, that's all. So thank you all for watching, and I appreciate you watching, and have a great day.